Hello and welcome everyone. This is Race on Oz. My name is Nick. Well, it is Race on. It's Roost TV, Race on Oz TV. But we are here for the round one of the Pan Am Championship for their fall, which is autumn for all us Southern Hemisphere folk. We're about to move into. We're not far from summer. We're in spring now. But anyway, we're getting set for round number one of the season. This week we are at the historic Silverstone. So looking forward to bringing you this one this morning or this evening, wherever you are in the world. Let's try and get this going here. Cool. Let's get on with it. Just get some technical stuff on. Yeah, beautiful. All right, let's have a quick look. We're not too far away from getting this all started, but the track itself, I think it needs no introduction. One of the more historic circuits in the world, that you would even say. Approximately 5.89 kilometers. It's 18 turns. Plenty of famous corner names and sections, if you like, especially the Maggots Beckett section into Chapel, down the Hangers Straight. You've got Stowe, Club, Abbey, lots of famous names. If you ever watch any F1 broadcasts from here, they do get quite obsessive about using the names and whatnot. So hello to Vizsla guy in the chat, Baja MX here. Nice to have you aboard. Trying to gain a little bit more interaction with the audience this season as well. But that's the circuit. Let's have a look at what we've got so far on track. So I think we have a total of 32 cars, which is an absolutely phenomenal turnout for this event as well. So it's going to be a 90-minute race today. We'll do a 15-minute qualifying session, and then we will get into the 90-minute race. You've got different classes there as well. So you've got your Pro-Am, and your AM as well, indicated by the little red in the number there. This is our fastest car on circuit so far. That's Lucas Keys. As you can see, there's only a minute and a half to go before we kick off qualifying. Angelo Pablo Villafuerte, Green Mustang. Green Mustang. Where is our Mustangs? Is it this one? No. Might be this one. Alberto Guinea. Vizsla guy. Jimmy in there. Angel Pablo. Yeah, the Green Mustang. Maybe that's the one there that we can see on the screen. Number 98. Who else do we have? We've got plenty of cars out on track at the moment, just finishing up their laps. But it's a 157.357 is the fastest time so far. That's set by Lucas Keys in the Mustang. There's another Mustang there. That's Chris Bozic. And then the Genia. I'm not too sure if I pronounced that name correctly, and I hope I have. Apologies if I haven't. Alright, so not too long to go now for this qualifying session to finish up. Who else is out there right now? This is the 98. This is not the 98, this is the 14. Lud Flores loves his Lexus. Does Lud Flores. I haven't done a Pan Am race for quite a while now. But yeah, so I see some familiar names. He's finishing up his lap. The other one was the 14, I think. That is Lud Flores, that's what I'm looking at. 37 is out there as well. Man, big field, hard to find cars. Here we go. Dennis Kolderchuk. Not too sure if I've pronounced it correctly. Hope I have. In the Ferrari, one of the AM drivers. Highest of the silver class, you can see there is Chris Boswick. Well, you can't see on the screen now. There you can. Up there in 6th. We'll go back to the 37. Yeah, everything looking good so far. So he's finishing off his lap, and then the 93 will be the last one to come across the line, and then we'll be able to get this session started. Here we go.
Green light, give it all you can.
Hope the picture's coming through a decent quality as well. Looks like it's alright. Alright, so we are about to get this one underway. And cars making their way out onto the track. Nice livery there from Curtis Ruston. Out there, this is Spencer Brown, another Canadian. I'll just move that down a little. Oh no, make it a bit smaller. There we go, it's a bit better. Alright. Burns out there as well in the Porsche. Another one, this is the Aston Martin Doucette. Rodney Felker as well. Just seeing who's going to be the first one. Melendez, Jimmy in the regular pink car that he normally runs. There's the Aussie. Boswick out there, Chris Boswick. Nathan Henderson, Aston Martin Honda Concept. Yeah, might not have gotten all of the liveries, do apologise for that, but I think I got most of them. Levi Jennings. Got cars on fast laps so far. One of them, Big Rowdy Burns. Let's follow him around for a trip of Silverstone. Through Village with the left-hander of the loop, and then the flat-out left-hander. This is Aintree. Smash the throttle through there, and then it's flat out, and he's not going flat out. All right, just trying to find someone on a fast lap here. That is, stick with him for now. He's making his way through Maggots and Beggots. Left-hander at the end is Chapel. Coming through the right-hander of Stowe. So we saw 157 in qualifying, in free practice, sorry. Was the fastest time. So we see he's just got the Lamborghini ahead of him here. So there. Just getting out of the way. Oh, they make contact. It's not going to help his lap times at all. We've got plenty of other drivers out on laps as well, so we'll stick with him till the end here. Interesting team name that he's got there as well. Plenty of cars out on laps now as well, so we'll get to some others as he just finishes the lap now through Luffield, the right-hander, in through the bend of Woodcote. He'll finish it off now. 1:57.680 is the fastest time so far. That's Marlowe. Here's Jimmy. He's on another flying lap. So we're already a third of the way through this qualifying session. 15 minutes qualifying, 90-minute race today. Round number 1 of the season. There's Jimmy heading through the loop now. The car's out there. Brown as well. He's setting a time, but so far it's Marlowe. 1:57.680. He's currently up on his best time by about 4/10. Car 24 has got an issue. That was John. Too sure what's happened to him, but Marlowe goes faster again. Here's Wells in the 527, the McLaren, making his way through. Currently in P4 right now. Let's see where he shakes out. It's a 10th up on his best time. So he does improve his position. Here's Bozic making his way through now. Remains there in 8th. Aussie. Graziosi in 11th there. This is Jeremy Eastcott. Does he still like his ranch sauce? Jeremy Eastcott. I don't see any ranch dressing on there on the side of the car. His 14th moves up into 11th. Here's Anthony Kelly. Fear Nothing motto in the number 7 Ferrari. I do apologise, didn't get that livery, so I'll have to work on that for the next one. So 57.3 from the number 3, Marlowe. He's our current leader right now. Plenty of cars out on track setting their time. One of them is Kelly. Where does he filter out? Moves up into 16th position. Here's Rodney Felker in the Bentley. You don't see too many Bentleys these days. We've got a couple in the field actually. 19th and 20th at the moment. Rodney Felker moves his up into 11th. Nice work from him. Here's Brad Lee, an Aussie, yep. Do remember Brad. Currently 7/10 up on his best time right now. Let's see where that can shake him out. Currently P26 as it stands. Just gone over the halfway mark of this qualifying session. So the second half still to go. All cars obviously qualifying together. Here's Levi Jennings. He's 3/10 up on his best time right now. They're all chasing Marlowe though, a 1:57.3. Lucas Keys there in second. He's only 10th behind them. It's a huge gap between second and third, 7/10. So we've definitely got it's a tale of two right now. The top two, Marlowe and Keys. And you'll see the rest duke it out behind them. One of them is the 55. Here's Graziosi, and he goes into 11th. Here's Noralim. He's sitting P30 right now in the Lamborghini. Got a few Lamborghinis in the field. 3 to be correct. His way through the final turn now. Norlem moves up into P27. Who else do we have? Here's Joey Johnston. Another Bentley. Very nicely turned out Bentley that is as well. A couple of tenths up on his best time. And not able to make up any ground there. Suzuki Main in P20. Here's Sean Vincent in the Ferrari. 144. He's 3 tenths up on his best time. And doesn't improve from position P22. We'll go over to Chris Bosick here in the Mustang. He's about a tenth down on his best time. So I think most drivers just setting themselves for the final stages of this qualifying session. 10 minutes down, 5 to go. We're all chasing Marlowe, the number 3, who's currently sitting in P1. Over to Graziosi. He's a couple of tenths up on his best time. We'll see if he can improve on his position. Can he get himself into the top 10 here? He's going to give it his absolute best. 11th is all he can manage at this stage. Here's Henderson. He's currently 4th right now. He was a tenth up on his best time. That'd be good enough to jump up into the P3. It's being occupied by Wells right now. Let's see if he can maintain that. He does. He moves up into 3rd. Nice work from him. Here's Rodney Felker coming towards the end of his lap. He's 4 tenths up on his best time. I'm not too sure if that would move him a position at this stage yet. He's currently in P13 right now. Doing a great job in the Bentley. And he moves up into P9. Goes Felker. Who else is out there? Melendez. He's way off the pace right now. So we'll flick across. Marlowe out there right now. So is Keys. So Keys is 1.5 tenths behind Marlowe right now in the standings. So 3 minutes left. They don't have many opportunities left to set a time. So we're watching Marlowe right now. This might be his final go at it. He might have another crack after this one, which he will have time to do. We'll have to wait and see as he's coming through Village, now through the loop. So 1.5 tenths the difference between the top 2, and then it's a pretty big drop off from there. So I think we're going to get some sort of clusters of racing today. Let's just flip over to Graziosi, see what he can do. P12 still. Genoa in P15. That's where he will remain right now. Here comes Marlowe. He's not up on his best time at the moment, so still a couple of tenths down off his best time of a 157.275. And not looking like he will improve. What about Lucas Keys? So he was up only just on his best time. 1.5 tenths is the gap that he needs to make up on the number 3. As he comes down the Wellington Straight. Go on board, check him out. Through the gears into 2nd, still chasing that time right now, and I think he might have just called it quits for that lap for now. And Marlowe's still out there, so this will be his last throw of the dice, looking to improve on that 57.2. Most other cars are in. They've got quite a few cars in the pits. Still plenty of cars out on circuit at the moment though, so try and catch all of them as they come through. One of them is Melendez. So he's currently P18. 2-minute flat for him. He's 1.5 tenths up on his best time, one of the AM runners. Highest of the AM runners is Brown in the number 10, BMW. Let's see what Melendez can do in the final stages of this lap. Final stages of qualifying, in fact. Half tenths up. That'll be enough to move him up a position above Rowdy Burns. And he does. P16 for him. Here is Burns. Can he respond? 3 tenths up on his best time. He goes up into 14th. Nice work from him. Here's Jennings. We'll flick across to Marlowe, who's on his lap right now. So coming right towards the end here. This will be his last throw of the dice. I think he might have just improved just marginally. The next one, this is Lucas Keys though, so 1.5 tenths difference between him and Marlowe. Right now, he's on pace to actually take pole position away in the dying stages. We've gone 000 on the clock, so no more time left. So once he crosses the line, he's done. That'll be the same for every other car out there on the circuit right now. Can Lucas Keys snatch it in the dying stages of this one? He's on pace to do so. Right now, just needs to make his way through Brooklands. Now the right-hander of Luffield. Lost a little bit of time in there, but gained it up again, coming out of Woodcote. No, out of Luffield, sorry. Now through Woodcote. And I don't think he's going to do. He's just going to miss out here. Only just, so less than a tenth the difference between the two there. So great work from Lucas Keys, pushing Marlowe all the way. But Marlowe is looking like he's going to start from pole position. Spencer Brown, he's making his way through. He's not going to improve on his time right now. Let's get the rest of the field coming through. Melendez, not looking like he's going to improve on his time either. Rowdy Burns, though, he does look like he might be able to improve. Lud Flores is out there. He goes up into the third, into the late stages of this one. Well done to Lud Flores. Awesome effort from him in the dying stages. Here's Graziosi. I think I'm getting a little bit better at pronouncing that. Not looking like he's going to improve. So P12 might be the best he can do in the session. Here's Rowdy Burns. So he's neither going to improve or he'll neither improve or go worse. He'll go dead straight. So 14th is the best for him. Marlowe looks like he had another crack. He's 3.5 tenths down off his best time, but it doesn't matter. He is our pole position sitter. Congratulations to Marlowe for taking pole position. Highest of the silver drivers is Chris Bosick, and highest of the AM drivers is Brown in the BMW. So that is the grid all set for this one. Round number 1 of the Pan Am season. The fall season for the Northern Hemisphere people. We'll be back in a few minutes, and I'll be bringing you the action for the 90 minutes around Silverstone. So sit tight. I'll be back in, give it 2 minutes. Be back in 2 minutes. All right, and I'm back. So let's just get this. All right, let's have a look at the grid, shall we? So Marlowe was the fastest car in that qualifying session. Lucas Keys is right behind him. You can see him just there. Lud Flores in P3, so took that P3 in the dying stages there. Then you've got Nathan Henderson. So apologies for not getting your livery there, Nathan Henderson. Hopefully have that for next time. 5th is Jimmy. So nice work there from the number 69. Jake Wells. He's there in P6. It'd be Levi Jennings starting from 7th there. Then it's the highest of the silver runners. It's Chris Bosick. Then you got Nick Sharpenberry for starting there in P9. Rodney Felker in the Bentley. Team Big Ben. He'll be starting there in 10th. 11th is Jeremy Eastcott in the McLaren. Graziosi starting there, the 55 in P12. From 13th, it'll be Spencer Brown in the number 10 BMW. Rowdy Burns in the Bad Pig number 51 Porsche entry. He'll be starting there from 14th. Another AM driver, Dennis Doucette. Hope that's how I pronounce it. 15th in the 153. Albert Genoa, he'll be starting from 16th. Melendez, he'll be starting in the McLaren from 17th position. 18th will be Kodachuk. So he'll be starting there in the number 37. Give me a second. Beautiful. Melendez, he'll be starting there 19th in the Lamborghini, one of 3 Lamborghinis. Anthony Kelly in the number 7 Ferrari, he's starting from P20. Joey Johnston, Picasso Design Ghost, starting there, the 777, another Bentley in P21. Devin Anthony for Rockefeller Racing, the 664, starting from 22nd. Sean Vinson in the 144 entry, starting from 23rd. 24th is Curtis Rustin in that beautiful liveried Aston Martin there. Bradley in the 666, another AM entry. He'll start from 25th. 26th is Ian Demler, starting there in the 913 McLaren. In the 607, it's Dan Schneider in the Angry Giraffe Racing BMW entry. Cristiano Soares, he'll be starting there from P28 in the number 11. Sort of Ayrton Senna kind of vibe about that. Brazilian driver. Adam Noralim, the Garage 42 Phaser entry. He's starting from 29th. King Wizard in the Mustang. Maybe that's the green Mustang that they were talking about earlier in the chat. He'll be starting the race from P30. 31st is Aaron John. And Tim Sheehan bringing up the rear there in the very bright yellow Mustang. Can't miss that one. But that's the grid right now, as they're all making their way around on this warm-up lap, getting set for 90 minutes of racing. Not 30 minutes, but 90 minutes of racing. Should be quite exciting, I reckon. Got a massive field, 32 cars. So just in terms of what to expect in the race, in terms of pit stop strategy, so there are 2 stops required in this 90-minute race. Tyres are optional. Fuel is mandatory, so there's no fixed time. But you need to take at least 1 lap of fuel. So that'll give you a bit of an idea on strategy. Maybe start light. First stop, tyres and fuel, and then the second stop is splash and dash. Wait and see, but 2 stops are the minimum required. Look at that, isn't that a beautiful sight? Massive grid, awesome to see, 32 cars. Plenty of space on this track as well. So I think we should get some pretty good racing today, and we are not far away from getting that racing underway. cars. They're just coming through Woodcote. They're all side by side. This is round number 1 of the full season for Pan Am Racing. 32 cars. Tyler Marlowe with a very interesting name there as well. A team name. Peculiar. Lucas Keys right there next to him. Not going to let him get the jump.
Green light, give it all
There
you
it
can.
is. There's a green light. It's time to go racing. And looks like it was a pretty good start from Marlowe. Everyone seems to have gotten through all right as well as we go through the rest of the field. They have. So great work from all involved. But it's Marlowe leading the way. I think we've got a couple of cars that have fallen positions as well. Don't really see any spinners at all. There was a Nissan there. I think in the background. Oh, there was a Ferrari going off as well. Not too sure if that was Sharp and Berry. But looks like everyone's gotten away relatively well. And this is Keys already challenging Marlowe as they come through Vale for the first time tonight, this morning, wherever you are in the world. Oh, the 55. What's happened there? That's Graziosi. Oh dear, what has happened here? Let's have a quick look on the replay, shall we? So this is Graziosi. Oh, he just gets touched there by the Bentley. He goes around and it's a chain reaction from there. Oh, and that was that. Oh, it's all happening. So some guys just sort of innocent bystanders in that one, unfortunately for them. And that was the aftermath as we go back to live images. Back at the front of the field, it's still Marlowe leading the way from Keys, Flores, Henderson, Jimmy. So it doesn't look like much has changed in the top 5 there. This is Curtis Ruston just getting off the track a little bit there. He's duking it out with one of the Bentleys. Yeah, that Ghost design Bentley. See a little bit of some wall wounds there on the Aston Martin. Going down the inside of a couple of McLarens there. I think Wells and Soares are in there. Someone's ducking off into the pits now as well. Some good hard racing going on. Back to the front of the field. So Marlowe's still leading it. Keys. It's all settled down now. Henderson, Jimmy. Just having a look. The top 5 have not changed at all. So top 5 is as it started. That's a cracking shot right there. Some more filter through the entire field. And other than that little skirmish sort of on the opening lap, looks like everyone's gotten away relatively well. So cars in the pits was Wells, Jennings was one of them, Vincent and McSharp and Berry. So they've all had to take early stops, obviously, to repair damage. As Brown and Burns going at it right now. This is down in 8th and 9th. Coming around through Woodcote up onto the front straight here. The Mustang and the Bentley in the foreground. So that Bentley, that was Rodney Felker. He got caught up in that little incident. I think it might have been at the Vale chicane, not too sure. But he's been able to continue on. And out in front, this is the gap. So it's just under a second right now between Marlowe and Keys. Flores hanging on there, 1.4 seconds back. And it's about a half a second the difference between Flores and Henderson. So if qualifying's any indicator, we might see these two potentially separate themselves from the rest of the pack. That's not to say that's a guarantee. And obviously the two-stop strategy as well will come into play too in terms of fuel loads and whatnot. So scanning through the rest of the field right now, Rowdy Burns, he's coming into the pits. So I'm not too sure if that's to repair damage. Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on there. Yeah, but he's making a stop. We'll have a look at Devon Anthony. He's all over the back of Melendez. Down there in 13th and 14th, these two. See if he can, yeah, he goes around the outside here. Yeah, nice move there from Anthony. So he elevates his Aston Martin, the 664, moves into P13. You got Ganoa and Kodachuk going at it as well. So they change positions. Let's see how that came about. We go to the replay. So Kodachuk in the Ferrari there. And he's just going to go down the inside. Under brakes. Nice move. Nice and clean. Gets the job done. So we'll continue on. 6:30 p.m. as well, race time. So it's going to be interesting as time progresses. We get much darkness going on. We're definitely going to get some nice, probably sunset pictures as well at some stage. But this is the battle out in front. That's the difference between the two. Last lap around, 57.792 to Marlowe. Let's see what he does this trip. 57.8. 57.8, so Keys right there matching his pace at the moment, so less than a second the difference. Flores is 2.4 seconds behind, but he's got Nathan Henderson on his hammer right now in that Aston Martin, so he's hunting him down in 4th position. Let's have a look at some other battles going on a little bit further down through the field. This is Graziosi. He's duking it out with Norlam. Oh, a little bit of a hip and shoulder there. All's fair in love and war on that one. And manages to get the job done. So good work, Claudio Graziosi. Schneider as well. Looks like he's been able to get past Doucette and the Wizard. The King Wizard. Let's see what happened here on the replay. Going down the inside, that's Schneider in the BMW. And those two make a little bit of contact as well, so that just what drifted him wide there. So we'll continue on. We'll go back to live images. There we go. Jeremy Eastcott. He's fallen one spot from his grid slot of P11, so occupying P12 right now. The top 5 still haven't changed. The biggest gainers in the field has been Suarez. He's up 10 spots from where he started. Yep, so Suarez, he's up 10 spots. Anthony is another one. He's up 9 spots from where he started. And Kodachuk, he's up 9 spots from where he started as well. So Demler is also, he's up 10 spots in the McLaren. They've got a nice little battle going on here. This is with Johnston in front of him in the Bentley. I think that's Suarez just ducking out of the draft there. Almost makes a little bit of contact with the other McLaren. Going around the outside now of the Bentley. That's a nice move there from Suarez. Good job. The Brazilian moves himself up into 16th. Can he hold on to it? Yeah. We go through Klopp's corner. Yes, he can. So nice driving from the McLaren driver. So just out in front, the gap has extended now. So it's opened up by about 4/10, almost half a second now. So 1.3. Where is CVN CVN number 77? CVN 77. I don't think we have one. A CVN 77. CVN 77. We've got a 777. I don't see a number 77 though. It's yeah, maybe if you give me a little bit more detail, I can try and hunt it down. We've got a 7. We've got a 777. But I don't see a 77. So I'm not too sure what's happening there. But that was an update. What's happening at the front? 1.3 seconds the gap. You've got Flores still 3.7 seconds behind now. Henderson hunting him down, keeping that gap within a second. Only been going 10 minutes, so we've had plenty of action so far. Brad Lee, he's managed to get past Melendez, so he's moved that 666 up into 18th position right now. And Kodachuk is hunting down Brown. His last lap around was a second slower than the number 37 Ferrari, so these two are AM drivers, head of the class right now. Here's Anthony. He's looking to go around the outside of Eastcott. They go through Cops. I'm on board with him now. It's getting sort of one way. You can see the flames belching from the rear of the McLaren there of Eastcott, the number 19. Good job so far to keep Devon Anthony for Rockefeller Racing behind him. See if he can catch a bit of a draft here. You see launch down the inside. No. Pretty stable under braking as well there. As they go into the Vale chicane. Had some other swapping of positions. So Suarez got a bit of a charge right now. He's up 13 spots. So he's just taken another one. He's now in P15 after starting in 28th. So he's having a great time of it right now. And then have a look at this pack here. So from that was Suarez, Demler, Lee. We're watching Melendez. Got Johnston ahead of him and Ruston there, so they were all covered by less than a second, most of them. And then Doucette, he's all over the back of Schneider here. Oh, just getting a little bit loose through there, so set the car. So I don't know what happened to the 77 CVN. We've still got 32, so perhaps he wasn't racing, I'm not too sure. But anyway, keep an eye on the chat and see if we posted anything more about that. Another interesting team name there from Dennis Doucette. So it looks like the time is probably set to standard ×1 multiplier. Race just settled down nicely right now. Still got all 32 circulating, which is fantastic. And we're watching Doucette battled out with Schneider. The gap now out in front has continued to drift. So it's now at 1.9 seconds is the difference between Marlowe and Keys. Marlowe last lap around did a 57.9. Keys did a 58.2. So gives you a bit of an idea on pace comparison. We duck over to Kodachuk. He's battling it out with Brown right now. He's going to go down the inside there through Woodcote. Not quite able to get it done. And he's got an angry Mustang behind him right now. Good stuff going on. This is for 8th, 9th and 10th. Melendez, Devon Anthony's dropped a few positions there as well. Let's see if something happened here. Oh, it was contact. It was contact with Eastcott. So he spun Eastcott around. Now I think the instructions were don't wait and keep going. And then if you want to lodge a protest, you can do that in the chat post the race. So that's why. That was the directive given. So I hope that helps understand that a little bit more. Graziosi and Norlem. Looks like Rowdy Burns was able to get past. Let's see what happened here. The 574 of Norlem. Burns going down the inside. I think that was out of Aintree. It was. And we go back to live images. We're watching Melendez all over the back of Ruston right now. And then Kodachuk as well. Oh, it's a big slide there. So he's had something happen there. Let's see what did happen. Go to the helicopter cam. Might give us a bit more insight into what happened here. So that's Brown in the BMW just up ahead. Oh, it looks like he might have just missed his braking marker. Look at the slide. Looked great. Good save as well. Very, very good to not go around. And that's probably best case scenario in that situation for Kodachuk. He's able to see to fight another day. To Johnston and Demler, they're having a good battle right now. The gap out in front continues to grow ever larger. So it's 2.7 seconds now, the difference between Marlow and Keys. 58.3 was Marlow's last trip around, a 58.8 to Keys. So half a second the difference in pace, as Kodachuk looks like he's managed to get past Ganoa there as well. Let's see how that came about. Going down the inside, it looked like. Ran a little bit wide there on the grass, did the 98. Oh, looks like he's pulled across there and let him through. So he said, I'm not up for scrapping right now. And there we go. Go back to live images. So 2.7 seconds the difference. 6.1 between Keys and Flores. So, as I've mentioned, we're sort of getting some bracketed racing, if you like. Here's Demler in the McLaren. He's got the hard-charging Suarez in front of him, who's up. At last check, it was 13 positions. It still is now. He's coming under attack, though, from the fellow McLaren driver. They head down the hanger straight. He's going to send it down the inside. That's Johnston having a look as well. So he's going to have to sort of keep one eye forward, one eye back at this stage with Demler. Oh, did he miss the braking marker there? I'm not too sure if he did. He just absolutely sent it. Nice move. He gets it done. Let's have a look at that again on the replay. So we're watching Demler in the blue, white and orange McLaren, the OnlyFans entry, down the inside. Nice work. That was good driving there from both those guys. As we go back to live images. And back to Johnston now. He's trying to get a piece of the number 11 McLaren in front of him. And looks like Jennings able to just get past Vincent there. Let's have a look at how that came about, shall we? And there it is, around the outside. Been a bit of a hot spot for overtaking as the Vale chicane so far in this race. We've got Eastcott, who's just gotten past Melendez. He's now up into P12 is Jeremy Eastcott in the number 19. So little recovery from that early incident before that we saw him involved in. Here's Dennis Kodachuk. Where did he start? He started in 18th, so he's up 9 spots. He's been making some very, very good progress as the number 37. He's battling it out with Brown, so they're the two highest of the AM drivers. And here we go along the front straight. No, not the front straight. This is along into Abbey. It's the old front straight. What once was. Now they're up through Farm and into Village. He's got the Mustang tucked in behind him. Oh, going down the inside here of the loop. Now we have the inside ride for Aintree as well. And it's going to be a straight drag race. Down the Wellington Straight. Ferrari doesn't quite have the legs. Look at the Mustang gaining plenty of ground. Once again, coming into Brooklands. This is a cracking battle that we've got going on right here. As they go along the start-finish line again. Fast approaching the half an hour point. Third race distance. Still nearly 10 minutes away, but this is Nathan Henderson. Now, where is Lud Flores? Did he pit? I'm not too sure. So he was in third. Was Lud Flores? I can't see him. So perhaps we've lost one here. I think we might have had a disconnect. So Lud Flores was sitting in third there for a long time, for the entirety of the race, basically. And yeah, we've lost him. I can't see him anywhere on my timing screen. Doesn't look like he's still in the race. So Lud Flores, not too sure what's happened, but he doesn't look like he is in the server anymore. So that's disappointing because he was up in third position. That's where he qualified. Great job from him. Unfortunately, though, that is not how he would have wanted his race to pan out, only lasting 20-odd minutes. So the gap out in front between Marlowe and Keys is 3.8 seconds, the difference between the two. Last lap around a 58.4. No, sorry, 58.9 compared to a 58.8. So Keys a little bit quicker on that last trip, but he's 3.8 seconds the difference is the gap between the two. So he's going to need to chip away a little bit more than that. But plenty of time still to go in this one as Kelly takes advantage of that little mistake there. He's able to continue through. Kelly now up into 9th position with Fear Nothing Moto number 7 entry. Who else do we have here? Joey Johnston. Beautifully turned out Bentley there as well. He's one of the silver drivers. I'm not 100% au fait with all of the driver categories. Race. So, 2 pit stops required. This is Johnston. He's got the Aston Martin just behind him as well. That's Brad Lee in the McLaren further back. That's the view right now. We've got John in the pits. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure Lud Flores is a disconnect at this stage. We're down to 31 cars, so yeah, I'd say that was the fate for him. That was Eastcott just getting out of the way of those guys, the number 19. And what's going on here with Kelly and Brown? Looks like they've swapped positions. See how that came about. So this is the Ferrari, and that's Genoa behind them as well. Almost a little bit of contact. Did they swap positions? No, they didn't. So Brown's going to hold that spot, so I'm not too sure. Apologies for that. Melendez goes through. So Eastcott is into the pits. So he's making his stop right now. That'll be one of his two. Who else is in the pits? Sheehan. Kim Sheehan is coming out of the pits. Right there. Looks like Soares and Johnston still continuing to fight it out right now. They're in 14th and 15th. Come out of Stowe into Vale. So the gap between Marlow and Keys continues to grow. 3.9 seconds the difference. Last lap around though, almost dead even. Only 3/1000ths of a second the difference between the pace of those two. So Keys able to match the pace, but not necessarily make any inroads as Soares goes off the road there. Oh no. He was having such a good race. Let's see what happened. Let's go on board with him. Understeering a little bit. Oh, I don't know if he got contact there. I'm not too sure. But that's where it ended up for him, unfortunately. And we're back to live images. So Soares now there in P19. So still 9 spots up from where he started. But yeah, could have been a little bit higher. So we've got a nice little sort of pack forming right now from about 15th down to 18th. This is Lee we're watching in 15th. He's chasing down Demler. 913 McLaren. Nice on board shot here. Bradley doing his thing right now. Got Wells behind him. Oh no, besides him. There we go. Wells is going around the outside there, and I think Lee was happy to just let him cruise by. Decided that that's not his fight. He wants to fight right now. A few other cars in the pits right now. One of them is Anthony, so I think he's getting out of the pits. Soares and Noralim. Have a look at pit times. So trying to get a bit of a pass score for total pit time. So it's all over the place right now. The only two that kind of, well, there's probably about 32 to 35 seconds total pit stop time with the 2 stops. So obviously 2 stops mandatory. Tyres are optional. Fuel is mandatory. At least 1 litre needs to be put in. As we're watching Anthony and Brown go at it right now. Nice work there from... No, that's Kelly, sorry. Anthony Kelly. Just trying to work out these pit stop times. 32 to 34 seconds. 32 to 35 looks like it's about a pass score, so that it would be just a quick little refuel, as most of their stop times are around about 7 seconds. Yeah, alright, well, we'll wait to see. And we'll keep an eye on that, as we're not too far away from 3rd race distance in this one. This is round number 1 of the Pan Am Racing fall season. Good to be back streaming. No Gage Gonzalez today either. Not too sure if he's still racing, as Falker and Jennings, they've swapped positions. Where did Jennings started? Jennings started P8, it's saying here on my screen. Down in 20th. What about Falker? Falker started in P9. So these guys have both done a stop as well. So they're all good. This is Wells. So he's got Demler just up ahead of him. Wild through there. Almost makes a little bit of contact. Going out of Village now through the loop. That's Curtis Rustin just ahead of them as well. Oh, contact! Big contact there, and it's turned Demler around. Let's have a look at that on the replay here. So, still ahead here, and then, oh yeah, a little bit of contact. Randy goes. Have to get that just a little flick spin, and he's in the pits now. Is Demler. It was an unfortunate end. He decided that was the best time to pit. So we're over a third race distance. Cars that still have not, well, the majority of cars haven't made their stop as we're watching Wells and Rustin going down the hangar straight. And Wells takes that position. Rustin just went a little bit deep there. So Wells, he started in 6th. Currently in 9th. Now he has made a stop though. So he's completed one of his 2 mandatory stops. And then we've got a few other cars making their way into the pits. These guys are coming out of the pits. But Doucette, Demler, Anthony are all in there. And I dare say they'll probably treat this as like a normal 60-minute sprint race now from here in terms of their strategy. So you probably expect another pit stop in the next sort of 25 minutes to half an hour. Still trying to get a bit of an idea on what the par time is. It looks like it's anywhere between, depending on what you're doing on this stop, anywhere between 32 to 35 seconds. And then for the longer stops, sort of anywhere between 1:05 to 1:10 total. As Brown heading off. Now this is Marlowe, so he's effectively our race leader, our net race leader, and this gives us a good idea now in terms of Lucas Keys. So he's currently leading the race. The top 5 right now all haven't made a stop. So it says P6 on the game screen, but on my timing screen it says it's 5th. Anyway, Marlowe would be our net race leader. It's going to be interesting. We'll follow along with Lucas Keys for the remainder of this lap. We'll see if he decides to respond to the pit stop that Marlowe made only a couple of minutes ago. So a lap or so. Let's see what Lucas Keys does to respond. Does he make his way into the pits? Doesn't look like it at this stage. No, he continues to go on. So they might be on opposing strategies here. This will be interesting to see how it all pans out as Johnston and Wells, they swap position. As we go to the replay here. So this looks like it's down into the Vale chicane. And Wells just pull it up under brakes there. Bentley fighting back. Not quite able to do it. And so Wells there holds on to P6 as we go back to live images. Other cars in the pits right now. Melendez, E. Melendez and F. Melendez. There we go. Didn't pick up on that earlier. I would assume that they're related somehow, possibly. Who else? Plenty of big larger gaps now out in the field. And really it's disqualified for speeding in the pit lane. 93. Who was that? That was Melendez. Felix Melendez. Just saw that flash up. Speeding in the pit lane. Disqualified. Well, that's pretty harsh. Usually you just get a penalty for that. But yeah, that's unfortunate. And that looks like it's his race done. This is Lee. Right. Alright, so Lee, he's hunting down Brown right now. Lucas Keys, he's too much further up the road here. Let's see if he does. If he comes in the pits again. I don't think so at this stage. Lap 58.895 last trip around. 58.5 was Marlow. The gap between them right now is 53 seconds to the leader. 53 seconds. So having a look at it, he could get a stop done in the sort of 32 to 34 second range, just depending on what his strategy is. But I reckon these two guys are on opposite strats right now. We'll have to wait and see how it all pans out. In the meantime, we can see Levi Jennings there for Psycho Racing, the 54. He's hunting down Genoa, or Genoa. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it. They're in 11th and 12th right now is where we've crossed over the third distance marker. It's the hour countdown. 6.5 minutes into that right now. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hey, if you're new to the channel, first and foremost, welcome. Nice to have you on board. And give us a like. Give us and if you want, you can always subscribe as well. Got plenty of action coming from both the Race on Oz League as well as Pan Am too. So, and there's plenty of videos to go back through the archives in as well. So yeah, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Nice to have you on board. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Let's have a look at Jennings in the Nissan. Don't see too many of these days. Around the outside there of Genoa, and is in P10. Where did he start? He started in 8th was Jennings. It's the trouble with the larger fields is sometimes you don't get a look at everyone until you're almost halfway through the race, but better late than never. Here's McSharpenberry. So I think he started, he was pretty much last almost. 29th is where he began. Oh, no, he didn't. So it's saying that he started further up in 7th. So he's made his stop. So cars yet to stop so far. Looks like Johnston. Hang on a second. Oh, is that Keys? Keys is in the pits. All right, here we go. Where is Marlow? Marlow is just coming through Brooklands now. Here's Keys. How long has he been in the pits for? Total time 39 seconds. He drops. He's going. Here comes Marlow. I think Marlow might just pip him here. Coming out of the pits. Where are you? There you go. Keys still going. And Marlow goes through. So Keys' stop was a total of 59 seconds. Marlowe's stop was a total of 1 minute. So a second faster, and they'll both stop for 32 seconds. So I tell a lie that they're probably on very much the same strategy as opposed to being opposite. As Henderson goes through, that's Johnston in the background. Flick over to Jennings in the Nissan, so he makes up another position. I think that was Schneider, who is coming into the pits for Angry Giraffe Racing, the 607. He makes his stop now. There he goes. So, Bradley just, I think that's Kelly. Just teleported there almost. Down in 17th and 18th. The 666 right now. Have we lost another one? I'm not too sure. So I know that we lost Lud Flores. Anyway. So that's Schneider still in the pits. So dropping some positions there. So cars that haven't stopped yet. Let me get to some closer racing here. Got Ciossi. Some blue flags being waved there. I don't think that's Ciossi because he doesn't have anyone behind him right now. So Rustin and Suarez up ahead there. Oh, that's for Suarez. There's a Mustang just behind him. Is that? No. Is it Chris Bosick? It is. It is Chris Bosick there. So, yeah, waving the blue flags for the McLaren, for Suarez. Here, Spencer Brown, one of the AM drivers, down in 14th. So, just getting back to that. So, Johnston is now in the pits. So, he pitted from the lead overall, but making his stop now. So, yeah, cars that haven't made a stop, at least one. I think Johnston was the only one remaining. I think everyone else has at least made one of their stops. So one more still to go. So it's the 2 stops. Oh no, I'd tell a lie. Bosick. Chris Bosick is the only driver now, I do believe, that hasn't made at least one of his stops. So he continues to navigate his way around. So he's currently leading the race right now. This man here is in P2, but he would be in net P1. Now, as we're not too far away from the halfway mark, only 3 minutes to go before we cross the halfway barrier. Track's been optimum the whole time, pretty much perfect conditions, 22 degrees air temperature, 22 degrees track, so optimum. We've had no sign of any kind of weather other than bright blue skies and bright sunshine. So very, very un-English-like weather conditions, but it is the warmer months over there right now. They're coming towards the end of it though, so we all know it can get quite cold in England. It's not uncommon to see some weather around here. You might know that you might have heard about 1 million times that this place was built on a former airstrip during the war. If you've played this game plenty and spent much time in the pit lane, you've probably heard that passing through the speakers many, many times. As Vincent is hunting down Brown right now. Rustin as well, looking to make a move on Johnson, who's just come out of the pits. So he's just getting his tyres up to pressure and temperature. And while he's doing that, he's going to be under the pump from Curtis Rustin in the Aston Martin. And he goes down the inside. And nice work there from Curtis Rustin to take P16. Good job from him. Rodney Falker. I think that will be his final stop. I think it might be. Back to Joey Johnston. Picasso Design Ghost entry. Cool looking livery, isn't it? I like it. Warheads reference in there as well. The old those sour lollies you used to get. But yeah. Yeah, it looks cool. Very nicely presented. I like it. So this is Felker. Stop go, 32nd for speeding in the pit lane, 484. That's Rodney Felker. So he's not going to do his race any favours at all. Here's Jimmy in the pink number 69 entry, making his way into the pits. So I think that will be his second stop as well at the halfway mark. He hits his markers there as we go back to Kelly and McSharpenberry for 12th and 13th right now. As Bozic continues to circulate, so he's the race leader. But that will soon be gobbled up by Marlowe in the number 3. So he's been the class of the field, put it on pole positions, led for the majority of the race other than pitting. Back into P1 he will be shortly. Lucas Keys, he's been in second for the majority of the race as well. So he's 8.2 seconds away from Marlowe. You've got Wells, Henderson, Burns, Jennings. So plenty more still to shake out here. We're only at the halfway mark. Only just. And plenty more left in this one. And another round of stops. So Jimmy, that was his final stop. So he's out and going now in P8. Wonder how high he can finish. What was that pit? That last one for Jimmy. 59 seconds again, total pit stop. So he would be aiming for around. He could get on the podium here, Jimmy. With a little bit of luck, he might find himself in podium contention for number 69 right now. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, he could be in podium contention in another about 43 minutes. Bozic is our race leader. He continues to circulate. So he's started on another lap. That's Suarez in front of him. And that's Graziosi just behind him there as well. And plenty more action happening in the pits. Vincent, McSharpenberry, Falker serving his penalty right now. Demler is in there as well. As Falker stop-go 30-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. I'm sure he'll be quite very tentative on the throttle this time through. This is Wells in the pits as well as we go back to some on-track racing. Oh, who's that in the background? It looked like Lamborghini. Was it Norland? Might have been. He's having a tough time of it right now up there, down there in P26. As Anthony and Melendez, they've swapped positions. Let's see how this has come about here. So this is going down the hangar straight. Nice work from Anthony. So moves himself up into P20. He started 22nd. He made one of his stops, I do believe. And he's made both his stops. So he's good to go to the end. Jennings in the pits right now. And this is Kodachuk. So he's only made one stop, one of two. Jimmy's made both. So that is, this is not necessarily a straight out fight between these two. It's going to be interesting to see how the number 37 handles it. He's the highest of the AM drivers as well. A little bit further ahead. This is Jennings just falling down the standings a little bit after he's made his stop. So that's both his stops cleared with 41.5 minutes remaining in P16 right now. Once the timing screen has sorted itself out, back to Kodachuk. This is the two closest cars on the circuit right now. Got 30 cars, so we've lost a couple since the beginning, so pretty good attrition rate. That is drive through for track limit 607. Who is that? That's Schneider. Angry Giraffe Racing. He's going to be an angry driver with the track limits penalty. So he will have to serve a drive through penalty. And I think Felker, how long has he been in the pits for there? He's been in there for a couple of minutes. So I wonder if there's something terminal there that he might not appear back out on track. Keep an eye on him. He's down there in 28th position right now. The Wiz, the King Wizard. Oh, he's just having a bit of a moment there. He's got Norlam behind him. He's had himself a day right now. I wonder if he's... I think the damage had already been done here. You can see the bonnet there flapping about. Yeah. That's why we were seeing those scenes we saw earlier with him. So he's going to have to come into the pits to repair that damage as we go back to live racing. There's plenty of cars making their way past him at the moment. So the Wizard is down there in 27. He's got a long way still to go around this lap to get back to the pits. Or he might decide to just trundle on with it anyway. We'll wait and see. Here's Jeremy Eastcott though. That's Norlam to his left, going down the inside. Nice work from Jeremy Eastcott. The drive-through penalty for the 607, that has been cleared. The 607, that was... who was that? That was Schneider. Back over to Johnston and Brad Lee, having a good battle down there in 12th and 13th position. Chris Bozzik is continuing to go around still. So the gap between he and Marlow is 9.1 seconds. Keys is 8.1 seconds behind Marlow. So they're pretty much P1, P2. And then Henderson made one of his stops as well. Where did he start, Henderson? Henderson started in 4th. Is currently still 4th. He's on track for a possible podium right here. The driver that's probably going to get in his way would be Jimmy. He's only 20 seconds. So he's a minute 20 off the leaders. Most of them, their pit stops have been about a minute. So, and between him and Burns and Henderson, so could be in for a good finish here as we just go to the replay here of Johnston getting the move done on Brad Lee. Was a bit wide through there. Oh no. There we go. Johnston gets it done into P12 for him. Had a good day, has Joey Johnston. He started in 21st, so he's up 9 spots. He's having a good run right now. Jennings, he's currently in 15th. He started in 8th. Siossi started in 12th. So both these drivers have gone south a little bit from where they started. And McSharpenberry, Schneider is in the pits again. How many stops for him today? We've already had 2. Be his 3rd for him. Not ideal. There's Jennings here. Looks like Schneider lost a couple of spots, so he's coming out after his pit stop. So that was a Mustang just ahead of him. Which Mustang it is? It wasn't Keys. Oh, they make contact. Whoever it was. And they are now stranded. It wasn't the Wizard. Was it Sheehan? It was Sheehan. Tim Sheen. He's down there in 29th right now. So that's put a bit of a dent in his day. Only 36 minutes left to go. So we're starting to move into the final third of the race. Been a pretty good one. We've had plenty of overtaking, plenty of action, massive field. I think the driving standards have been pretty good as well. We've seen little incidents here and there, but nothing silly. The standards have been very high today, so good work to all the drivers. As Jennings looking for a way past the Lamborghini, Graziosi goes down the inside. They make a little bit of contact. Seen that today already, and Jennings able to get it done. So he moves up there into P14. Chris Boswick, he finally makes his way into the pits, out of the lead of this one. So Marlowe, he's now leading this one, the number 3. The gap between he and P2, Lucas Keys, 7.7 seconds. The difference between the two. They both need to pit again still. Cars that don't need to pit: Jimmy, Wells, Jennings, Genoa, Anthony, McSharpenberry, Vincent, Melendez. So plenty of stops still need to play out in this one in the remaining 35 minutes or so. In the meantime, it's quite spread out right now. Once we get the last round of pit stops sorted, we'll see some gaps start to close up a little bit more. It's Rowdy Burns coming into the pits, the Bad Pig entry. So Jimmy will go through straight away. Be interesting to see how far he drops, does Burns, while he's in the pits. So that was Sheehan that Jimmy's just navigated past. So Rowdy Burns making his second stop of the day. He came out in 5th. He pitted in 5th. Still stationary. There we go. He drops. He goes. And that is going to be a total pit stop of 1 minute and 2 seconds. That took him to get all that done. He comes out in P14 right now. Here's Jennings just up ahead of Rowdy. He's got Brad Lee just ahead of him. Bradley's had a good race, I reckon. Bradley. He's driven very sensibly. Started 25th, up in 12th right now. Still has another stop to make. But yeah, every time he's been on the screen, you've seen him doing the right thing. Driven very, very sensibly has Brad Lee today, and having a good race as well. 13th, another stop still to go. We'll see where he shakes out. Speaking of stops, Graziosi is in there, and so is Suarez. He's had a good race as well today as the Brazilian. Go back to Brad Lee and Jennings doing their thing right now. The gap between Marlowe and Keys is at 6.9 seconds. It was at about 8-point-something seconds earlier, so he's making up a little bit of ground. He was 0.4 faster on that previous trip around, was Lucas Keys over Marlowe. So yeah, making up ground slowly but surely is Keys. They both have another stop left to go, as does the majority of the field, as we're watching Brad Lee and Rowdy Burns go at it. That is 4th position, and Brad Lee, as we've seen a few times today, he decides, hey, don't have the pace to necessarily match you. I'm going to let you scoot on by. And hence why he's having a good race. He's really picking and choosing his battles today. So I'll keep an eye on the gap between this man, Lucas Keys, who's currently sitting in P2. 6.5 seconds the gap between he and Marlowe. As mentioned, another stop still to go, and we're moving into the final third of this race. The final half an hour is almost upon us, and the race at the moment is setting up quite nicely. Eastcott is in the pits. The King Wizard. Oh, it's not King, it's KNG. You know why people do that? Because the human brain only wants to try and make things a little bit easy for you. It only ever detects the first and the last letter of a word. So that is exactly what was happening to me. I thought it was King, but it's KNG Wizard. So apologies for calling you King Wizard, but we'll just call him Wizard from now on. The Wiz. What about that? I don't know if you like that. We'll just call him Wizard for now. So this is Claudio Melendez. There was 2 Melendez cars in the field this race. I think we've only got 1 right now. As Wizard gets past John down there in 27th and 28th. Lost another car as well. We're down to 29 runners, which once again still great attrition rate, good size field and plenty of action going on. You can see that track map there's dots everywhere, all scattered amongst the circuit. They're all chasing one man though. That's Marlowe. It's not him on screen. The Nissan, there he is in the Ferrari. 7.4 seconds the difference now between he and Lucas Keys. So it's going to be very interesting to see this last round of stops. What we might do though is let's go for a quick trip around to see how Marlowe's doing. Here we go. So Marlowe making his final stop. Good time to be on board with him. Hitting his marks is going to be super important here. Lucas Keys, he's continued on. Bang, here we go. So Marlowe making his final stop of the race. Lucas Keys continuing on. I think he's got Rowdy Burns just ahead of him. He does. So will he respond straight away? We've got 27 minutes remaining. The gap was about 7 odd seconds between the two. And yeah, the race is on. It's Rowdy Burns. He's in P10 right now, so we have some blue flags waving at him. Down the inside goes Lucas Keys, gets through nicely. So Marlowe is out now. What's that pit stop time? That was 59 seconds in total. So what is Keys going to do here? Will he respond straight away? He didn't respond straight away in the first stop, so it wouldn't be the most surprising thing to see him not make a pit stop straight away in response, as Suarez, is that his second or third stop for the day? That's his third, I believe. Yeah, he's made 3 stops there, or possibly even his 4th right now. Alright, it's been an interesting day for him. As we go back to Lucas Keys, let's see what he decides to do here. He'll respond to Marlowe. Continue on. Looks like he's going to continue on. Yep, he does. Alright, keep an eye on that. This is Kodachuk in there as well. How's Jimmy travelling here? So he's made his stop. He's currently in 5th right now, which would put him sort of P2 outright, but Lucas Keys is leading the race, so he might still be on for a podium right now. The top 3 all need to pit again. Keys, Henderson and Bozic. Looks like Brown has gotten past Kodachuk there. Kodachuk would have been coming out of the pits from his stop, so Brown able to take that position away relatively easily. 25 minutes left in this one. This is round number 1 of the Pan Am fall season. I'm watching this on Blues TV. Hope you all enjoying the stream so far. We've had a pretty good race. We're watching Rowdy Burns. We saw him pass by Lucas Keys, but this one will be 4th position. So that very lovely presented Bentley of the 777 of Johnston, who does still need to stop again. So Burns will know that. And there's a time for now. Lap times was about a second faster, or about half a second faster on that last trip around was Burns. So we'll keep an eye on that as Lucas Keys is continuing to circulate. Just keep an eye on if he makes a stop. The gap between he and Marlowe right now is at 52.7 seconds. So, it's Brown and Kodachuk swap positions again. Brown just able to edge him out, and he does. And he goes. It's going to be a drag race here. Down the Wellington Straight. And, who can go later on the brakes? Ferrari, notoriously good on the brakes. BMW definitely has the higher end speed usually. And Kodachuk able to take it back. So good battle going on here. That's Johnston. He makes his stop into the pits. Keys continues on. So he'll continue on for another lap. The gap between he and Marlowe is at 53 seconds right now. He needs about 59 seconds total to keep the lead. So keep an eye on him. But yeah, Jimmy still on track here for a possible podium. To be well deserved. He's made both his stops, so he's good to go. As Anthony and Johnston swap spots, so that would have been Johnston just coming out of the pits. And he's completed both of his stops now. So drivers that haven't completed stops, there's not too many of them left. One of them was this man here. This is Dan Schneider. So making his stop now. Marlowe is catching Bozic. There he is. And looks like Jimmy and Henderson swap spots, as does Marlowe and Bozic. Let's go have a look at this one. There we go, down the straight there, and there he goes. Down the inside, nice and clean, easy done. It's not Bozic's fight to have. And Marlowe up into P2, the gap is at 52 seconds between he and Keys. Keys starts another lap. So you continue on. 7:30 in-game time. That late evening sunshine we're getting. The track is bathed in right now. Back to Johnston. He's had an alright day, has Johnston. He's had a pretty good day. Started 13th started 21st. Currently in P13. Graziosi is down 6 spots from where he started. So started 12th. Currently 18th. He's been the biggest riser of the day. It's been Anthony. He started 22nd. He's currently P12, so that's 10 spots. Biggest faller of the day has been Jeremy Eastcott. So he started in 11th, currently 24th. So not a great day for him. As we go back to Graziosi. Drive through for speeding in the pit lane, 91. That is Sheehan. Oh, he's not had a good day, has he, Sheehan? Tim Sheehan. It's a bit of a rough one. Get back to Graziosi with Rustin, and that's Sheehan just up ahead there. Actually, with that penalty, they have to get out of the way of Graziosi. He'll have the blue flags waving. You can see there the marshal on the left-hand side of the road. And he's going to sneak on by. Does Graziosi. About Johnston, so making up a bit of ground there on Anthony. Aston Martin versus Bentley. Only 19 minutes still left in this one, so not a lot of time. Keys is losing a bit of ground to Marlowe right now, so the gap is at about 50 seconds. He continues on another lap. He was 9/10 slower than the previous lap of Marlowe. Marlowe is still a little way away from completing this lap to give us an idea, but the pace advantage has definitely been to Marlowe throughout the entire race so far. Sitting in second position right now. So Bozic, I think, is the only car that's left out there to make another stop. I think we've cleared all our pit stops. It's going to be a 19-minute straight-out sprint to the end. This is Henderson. Oh, Jimmy, what happened? Oh, that's big news. That's big news. That's Sheehan in the Mustang. Jimmy runs a little bit wide there and just turns it around. That's disaster. That's a disaster for him. It's not too bad in terms of damage done there, in terms of he was able to get it going again, but he's now in 6th position, 4.3 seconds behind Wells, and unfortunately I think that might be his day, his chance for a podium done there. That is really, really disappointing. He had such a great race. I think he was just trying to sort of maneuver around the Mustang of Sheehan, and in doing so he just got on the grass there, hit the accelerator, lost grip, went around, and that is a potential podium in the bin for Jimmy, barring some sort of miracle. So yeah, Wells and Henderson now the two. Drive-through cleared for car 91, so that was Sheehan. So this is Henderson, the Aston Martin Honda concept entry, the 31. So he's in 4th right now. Bozic still needs to pit, as does Lucas Keys. He's continued on another lap. 59.145. Gee, that was 1.45 seconds slower than the previous lap of Marlowe. He is gaining. It's only 49 seconds the difference between those two. So Lucas Keys definitely got P2 well within grasp right now. Just needs to hold on here, not do anything silly. 2:32, stop go penalty cleared. That was the Wizard. And Marlowe, he's just dropped a 1:57.8. So cracking lap from him. It's 1.3 seconds faster than Lucas Keys on that previous lap. So Marlowe's absolutely flying right now. So you would think the earlier the better they can pit Lucas Keys. He's got a lot of traffic ahead of him though. So it's quite a few cars, at least 5 or so, headed by the Wizard. One of them in there is Johnston as well. So Marlowe's going to have to clear a fair bit of traffic in the next 16 minutes of this one. This is Callie and Vincent. Not able to get it done there, Callie. Might have another crack here into Vale. Not quite this time around. The gap is at 48 seconds, the difference between Marlowe and Keys. Keys continues on for another lap. 58.8. last trip around. So that's still a second slower than what Marlowe circulated in his previous lap. He's just coming towards the end of his current one right now. Watching some more action. There's Marlowe just in the background there. That is the green Mustang of Wizard. And we've got a quarter of an hour of racing remaining. We're watching Joey Johnston. I've seen a fair bit of him today. Anthony up ahead. There's Marlowe going through. So Johnston getting out of the way. Blue flags waving. Oh, he just scoots through. So Tyler Marlowe doing a good job here. He's got plenty more traffic to get through here. Johnston, Brown, and that's Eastcott, but Eastcott is down there in 24th position. So that's a blue flags situation. And then so Devin Anthony is going to be the next one for Marlowe to navigate past. And go. So now it's Brown. Just doing this quite nicely is Marlowe, just navigating through this traffic, just weaving his way through. And there we go. So that's Brown out of the way. Now the next one on the list for Marlowe going to be Soares, who is down in 24th position. So he's not necessarily even in the battle with the guys that are around him right now. And then that will be Eastcott up ahead. Lights flashing. Out of my way. I haven't really seen that today. That's the first time we've seen it so far. And he's going to get... Oh. So close. This is costing him time though. Now it's 50.8 seconds the difference between Keys and Marlowe. And Marlowe able to get past through now. And then Eastcott. So after Eastcott he'll be clear of traffic for pretty much the remainder of the race. So, and I'm sure Jeremy Eastcott will see him in the rearview mirror. He'll be all over it as Keys continues around. He's towards the end of this lap. He's not going to have much time left to pit. This is Marlowe going down the inside there of Eastcott. Gets the job done, and he'll have free air now for the end of this one. The car that he's got up ahead is the 37. That's Kodachuk, but that's a fair way ahead of him. So he's done everything that he needed to do in this one so far. Now we're just all eyes over to Lucas Keys to see when he decides to pit. The gap is 50 seconds. Boswick third right now. He still has to pit again. So that would leave it up to Nathan Henderson with Sharpenberry. This is for position with him and Brown. And he gets the job done. So nice work there from Sharpenberry. Get written time on the rear wing there. And now Brown coming under attack from Johnston. This is all for position. Kodachuk, the leader of the AM. Brown sitting in second. And that's Boswick ducking off into the pits. So making his stop. So get down to that 50 kilometres an hour. He does. Nice work from him. So he'll make his final stop. So that means that Nathan Henderson will move through. He will take over P3. And now he's got Jake Wells just behind him, so 1.6 seconds the difference between those two. Henderson just laps a 1:59.3. Wells does a 1:59.2, so the fight for third is not over. It's still well and truly on right now. And this man here, Lucas Keys, with just a tick over 10 minutes remaining, needs to decide when he's going to pit. 58.9 his last trip. Marlowe was a 59.4, so that traffic just costing him a little bit of time. And so if Keys is able to make a stop relatively shortly, gets a little bit of oversteer there. Coming into the pits. Let's go to the replay. Let's just go on board with him here and see exactly what happened. Almost. Could have been a disaster for Keys. So he was able to keep it up. Alright, so he continue on for another lap. In the meantime, McSharpenberry and Anthony continue to battle it out. That was Devin Anthony up ahead, but that's Suarez. He's a back marker at this stage. Marker should be behaving. Suarez is down in P24. Devin Anthony was in 11th spot, but is now in 12th because of that, with McSharpenberry just slipping through there. So Suarez probably need to have a little bit more awareness there on that one. A bit of a slap across the wrist there. This is Graziosi and Vincent. This is for 17th and 18th right now. 8 minutes 40 remaining. All eyes on Lucas Keys. When will he decide to pit? The gap is at now 49.7 seconds, so still not enough to make a stop and come out in front at this stage. We'll have to wait and see, as things are getting a little bit agricultural through there. That was the Wizard. He's down there in 27th. All four position right now. Can't really see it from there. There we go. That's a better image of it. And Graziosi. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. A little bit of nose to tail action. And he gets it done. Does the Lamborghini of Graziosi. I'll be happy with that. That was a nice move there. Fully committed. And the 55. Well done to him. Jake Wells. So he's made up ground on Henderson. This is for third position. The final podium position on the track. That was the Wizard there in the foreground. So you'll have the blue flags waving. You can see it just on the right of screen. It flashed across there. He should try and get himself out of the way as the Wizard's down there in 27th position. So this is not his race. Oh no! What happened there, Henderson? Oh dear. Let's go back to the replay. Maybe go on board with him. We're on board with Henderson. So that's the Wizard ahead. Oh, the Wizard. Oh, no. He just had to take evasive action, did Henderson, and he's lost it. Oh, that's really disappointing. Probably needed a little bit better driving there from the Wizard, though. Like that's... need a little bit more awareness of, you're in 27th position and you've inserted yourself into a battle that's not really yours. I don't want to be too critical, but it's definitely cost Henderson a shot at a podium. So Wells now moves into P3. He started in 6th position, so he's moved up 3 spots from where he began the race. As Lucas Keys, 6 minutes remaining. Is he going to run it down as far as he absolutely can go? 47.9 seconds the gap between he and Marlowe. Marlowe's got fresh air, so got no dramas. He's got a car just up not too far ahead, so he's got mostly fresh air to this one, to the end of this one, as Keys continues around for another lap. So the time will continue to tick by. 5 minutes and 40 seconds. left in this one. Opening round of the Pan Am fall season. Devon Anthony down there in 12th position. Hunting down McSharpenberry. And looks like Wells is going to take out that final podium position. It's been a couple of different peoples. Henderson was in contention, so was Jimmy, but they both had incidents that put him out. That's Sheehan just getting out of the way, doing the right thing. That was Johnston in the background there as well. But the last 5 minutes of this race remaining. Anthony Kelly will do one last check of fallers and risers, but the highest gainer is Devon Anthony. He's up 10 spots into 12th from where he started 22nd on the grid. And unfortunately, the biggest faller has been Jeremy Escott, started 11th in P23, so he's dropped 12 spots throughout the race. In terms of leaders, so you've got I'm not too sure if there's like a Silver, a Pro-Am, and then an AM. I think that might be how it works. So of the Pro, obviously Lucas Key's leading the way, but Marlowe's going to jump in the next pit stop. Is it Pro-Am, I think, is Bozic, Silver is Burns, and AM is Kodachuk. I'll have to confirm for the next race what the different monikers are, so I can give you a bit of an idea. But we're watching Kelly right now. He's with Brown, sends it down the inside. Nice work, Anthony Kelly. Try and get your livery for the next one. Don't know why it does that. For some reason, going to the pit box. Keys continues on. So he's going to go for as absolutely long as he can. It's just going to be a splash and dash. This could be a winning strategy here. This could be a big-time winning strategy. The fuel efficiency on that Mustang must be fantastic. He's been able to look after his tyres as well. This is going to be fascinating to see what he does. You'd have to think it's going to have to be this lap. Otherwise, it's going to have to he risk it. He'd get way too close to that 000 cut-off. We'll get back to him shortly, but Ruston and Brown, they're battling it out just as they come through Aintree down the Wellington Straight right now. And Ruston looking to take a position away. He does. So he moves up into 15th, 9 spots from where he started on the grid today in 24th. Just under an hour and a half ago. Lucas Keys continues around. His pace 1:59.2 on that last lap at 58.9 to Marlowe. So only 0.3 the difference in pace. He's putting in a fantastic effort, is Keys. Great work from him. Let's see what he can do. This would be very, very well deserved race win if he's able to snag it here. He's just coming out of Luffield through Woodcote, and we'll see if he pits on this trip around. He does. Here we go. Big pit stop. Bang. Gets it under 50 kilometres an hour. Gonna have to hit his marks here. Marlowe. There we go. Leader is on the final lap. We're watching him in the pits. Here's Marlowe right now. He's just coming out of the loop. He'll make his way through Aintree. It's a splash and dash. What a phenomenal effort. This has been a great drive from Lucas Keys. He's going to do this easily. That is absolutely fantastic from him. It's a contrarian strategy. He went longer in the first stop. And he's gone way longer again in the second stop than Marlowe. Here's Marlowe coming out now. And here's Lucas Keys. This has been a phenomenal drive from Lucas Keys. What a strategy. He's able to keep everything in check. And he is about 3/4 of a lap away now from taking victory. This is a stunning drive. That's a great drive. That's an awesome strategy from Lucas Keys. Tyler Marlowe, he's he's done everything right today. He's driven a great race. He put it on pole. He led for the majority of the race. But Lucas Keys has managed to outfox him here with the strategy. And he's just coming down to the Vale chicane. Looks like Wells, he is going to take home P3 as well. Now, Lucas Keys, I'm not too sure if he's classified as a Pro-Am. Yeah, no, he'd be... I'm going to have to get that sorted for next week. Nonetheless, who cares? He's the race leader right now on the final lap. About to go through Abbey. And he make his way through the left-hander of Farm Curve. Then it'll be the right-hander. This is Village. All for the last time today. Sun is setting. 7:54 in-game time. Now through the loop for the final time. He'll make his way through Aintree. And he put his foot flat to the floor as he heads down the Wellington Straight for the final time today, or this evening, or this morning, or this afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And down into Brooklands for the final time. But Lucas Keys, he started in P2. He's made up one spot. That's all he needed to do. He's driven a fantastic race. What a great strategy from him. Lucas Keys is going to take home race victory number 1 for the season, for the fall season, round 1. Congratulations, Lucas Keys. He is our race winner. Fantastic strategy from him. Great driving, great race. Well done. Very, very well deserved, Lucas Keys. Tyler Marlowe, he didn't really put a foot wrong this race. Unfortunately for him, that strategy just didn't work out. He comes home in P2. Here's Jake Wells. He started the race in 6th. So he'd be extremely happy with the third place. He still needs to get home. Another few corners still to navigate. But he's looking like taking home P3 at this stage. There's our P1 getter. That's Lucas Keys. Marlowe in second. Here's Wells for the final time. Coming through Luffield, bringing that 527 McLaren through. And our final podium getter is Jake Wells. Congratulations. He starts the season off with a podium. Well done. P3 in round number 1. Here comes Jimmy. Case of what could have been. Oh, he's had some sort of incident there at the late stages of this one. He's going to come home for 4th. Could have easily been a podium for him. Not to be today. He finishes in 4th. 5th is Nathan Henderson in the number 31 Aston Martin. Congratulations to him as he crosses the line. Now, I think this is Pro-Am class. This is Chris Bozzick. So he's driven a fantastic race as well. So the Mustangs were able to go quite long on strategy. And he comes home in 6th to take the class win there. Here's Levi Jennings. He finishes in 7th in the Nissan. Now, this is another class, silver class I'm going to call it. This is Rowdy Burns. He started in 14th position. He's currently occupying P8, so up 6 spots from where he started. Congratulations, Rowdy Burns. He's going to take out the class victory as well. I'm going to say for silver class, well done, and 8th outright. And looks like our AM leader was this man here, Dennis Kodachuk. He took out P9. McSharpenberry 10th, 11th Kelly, Graziosi 12th, Vincent 13th, 14th Rustin, Brown, Johnston, Doucette, Lee, Melendez, Schneider, Eastcott, Norrell, Soares, John, and Sheehan. That was a good race. I don't think we've had any post-race interview stuff sorted out, but that's everything for everyone. Nathan Henderson there, not particularly happy, but we'll see if we can organise some post-race stuff for the next one. For today, don't have anything, so I hope you all enjoyed that. That was round number 1 of the season. Now, where are we going the next round? That is a very, very good question. Next round, we will be at... Where are we? That calendar. I think it's Paul Ricard. I think. It is Paul Ricard, round number 2. So we'll do it all again. Another 90-minute race for the next one, and it's going to be a 6-round series. So Paul Ricard, Coda, I'm going to do the Nordschleife, the 24-hour Nürburgring race track, Donington Park and Kyalami to finish it off. So, hope you've all enjoyed the stream today. Thanks for all chatting along. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again to do it all again next week, same place, same time. In the meantime, stay well, take care of yourself, take care of each other. My name's Nick. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.